Hey everyone, and welcome to today's live coverage of the Starlink 8-10-9 mission, actually. I'm a live producer and host, and also software developer for What About It. And yeah, I'm gonna be the host for today's stream. We're about to watch a Falcon 9 liftoff and launch 22 Starlink V2 mini satellites. And yeah, super hyped as always. And before we go over and I give you a small overview of what we can actually expect from today's mission, um, yeah, feel free to like the stream. That always helps us a lot. So more people can actually see the stream and YouTube recommends it a bit more. And yeah, if you have questions, feel free to put them in chat and I'll try my best to answer them. Yeah, hey. Okay, so today's mission is a pretty standard Falcon 9 mission. It's just a Starlink mission as we basically see them every few days now. And it's quite crazy still to me how often they just launch now. Yeah, today's mission was scheduled for about 4 hours ago, but they had a window, so they moved it a bit. And yeah, it's about to launch in 6 minutes. You can see that the countdown there on the top of the screen. Yeah, and let's just go over to the mission profile real quick. So as you can see, it's a fairly standard Falcon 9 mission. It's gonna launch, of course, lift off, ascend, do the first stage separation, do a flip maneuver, and then the booster is gonna return down to a drone ship and land. And the drone ship today is actually gonna be a shortfall of gravitas. And I can also talk a bit about the booster. So the booster is booster 1073. And it has flown 15 times, and this is going to be its 16th time. So yeah, it's quite incredible as well how often these boosters are flying now, because in the beginning, SpaceX said that boosters are going to fly about 10 times, and we have boosters that are flying 22 times now, and this one is already at 16. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah. So yeah, this booster has a 51-day turnaround, so it's been about 50 days since it's flown last, and yeah. Let's just get back to our Port Canaveral view there. Yeah, what you're seeing here is actually the Port Canaveral down in Florida, and if you look carefully there, you can actually see right next to my cam there's a vertical booster there, and that's actually a booster from a previous Falcon 9 mission. And to the left of that, in the water there's the drone ship, and that's actually just read the instructions. Yeah, and in a few days, Shortfall Gravitas will go there and offload B1073 that's going to launch today. So SpaceX usually goes live for the Starlink missions about 5 minutes prior to launch. So they should go live every second now, and I see they actually are. So let me just pull in their feed. That will take me a second. Okay. Yeah, I of course hope that we're gonna have a nice clean liftoff today, and the whole flight without any mishaps. But it's a Falcon 9, and they're so reliable by now that I'm fairly sure we're not gonna see anything abnormal. Yeah, so we have the SpaceX stream, so I'll just cut over to them. Yeah, for the Starlink missions, they usually not talking too much. They have to just the mission commentary from the flight director on there. So we're only going to hear much stuff about at 1 minute prior to launch, and then that's when I'm also gonna turn on the audio from SpaceX. Yeah. So about 30 minutes ago, SpaceX already confirmed on Twitter that they're gonna that they started propellant loading on the Falcon 9, and yeah, so propellant loading is under the way. Engine shells should also be under the way, so Falcon 9 should be close to preparing for liftoff. And the next big event we're of course going to look out for is at T-1 minute when Falcon 9 goes into startup, and that's just when the flight computer of the Falcon 9 takes over the control over the rocket. And yeah, and then at 45 seconds before launch, we're gonna have the flight director verifying the final go for launch, and that's gonna be in about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, of course. Yeah, and thank you everyone who is joining. You can also just put in chat where you're from. to see where you're all watching from. I know it's really late for all from the US. I'm here in Germany, so it's quite nice for me. It's about 11 a.m. now, so yeah, not as late or as early. So yeah, let me know in the chat where you're from, and yeah, we can also just take a quick peek over to Starbase actually, because this night they moved the first tower section for the new second launch tower over to the launch site. So that's one you can see to the left of the crane there. Yeah, and that's just the first of many. And yeah, looking forward to seeing more of those coming over, and hopefully also the tower being stacked soon. Yeah, Keon is saying he's from Europe. I kind of expected lots of people being from Europe who are watching now, because yeah, it's late over there in America, or early. Yeah, so the launch is basically perfect timing for us. So yeah, we have about 1 minute 45 seconds left, and yeah, so we can just look, or I can give you an overview of the events we're gonna have right after liftoff, and that's of course gonna be max Q at 1 minute after launch, and that's just the moment where the rocket experiences the most aerodynamic stress. That's just when the atmosphere is the densest and the rocket is going the fastest in that dense atmosphere. And that's just when the stress on the rocket is the most. Yeah, that's max Q at about 1 minute. And then at 2 minutes, 25 seconds, we're going to have stage separation. Yeah, and after that, the first stage is going to prepare for a landing. Okay, let's listen into SpaceX and what they have to say.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Okay, and we did just hear the call for Falcon 9 in startup. So let's wait out for that go for launch from the flight director.
Go for launch.
And there was the go for launch. So yeah, we all set now. About 30 seconds left. Yeah, and I do see lots of people from the US here. Quite surprising. I didn't expect that. So happy to have you all here. And yeah, as a quick reminder, feel free to like the stream to help us reach more people. And yeah, thank you so much for that. And let's look out for that launch.
Okay.
5 seconds now.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And there we go. Yeah, that looks awesome. I mean, I don't know if you have ever
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
yeah, I don't know if you have ever seen a launch in real life. Yeah, I've just been to Florida about 3 months ago, and yeah, I can always recommend to everyone who's never seen one, go for it. It's an amazing experience, and you just can't describe it or experience it through a stream. It's super cool in real life. So if you ever get the chance to watch one, feel free, or like, please go watch one. Okay, and we should see that Miko. Yeah, we should see that Miko come up about now. Let's wait out for that call.
Max Q.
And there we go, and there was the call out. So as I described earlier, now it's just a moment where the Falcon 9 was experiencing the most aerodynamic pressure and stress on the rocket, and from now on it's just going to get easier. Yeah, of course, for all Europeans, of course, just watching a launch isn't that easy. I mean, we're hoping to get some launch providers here in Europe as well soon, soon-ish. But yeah, I mean, I had the experience to watch a launch, and yeah, it's just amazing. Sadly, no Starship yet, but hopefully that's up next. Okay, and we should see that main engine cutoff in about 20 seconds, and then of course stage separation right after that. So let's watch out for those.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
And there were the callouts for main engine cutoff and stage separation. And as you can see on stream, those events, of course, also happened. Yeah, and it's just quite incredible how great the view's gotten with Starlink being out there now. So this rocket is basically working for us to get a better view of launches. Yeah, because the high definition we get here, it's just incredible.
Fairing separation confirmed.
If we're lucky, we're also gonna get a shot of the fairing separation there. Seems like we just lost connection of the upper stage, but there it's back. But I think we just missed it. Those are always cool to see. But so next event is gonna be entry burn for the first stage. I was about to say second, but no, first stage. And that's just to slow the first stage down in preparation for landing, so it doesn't get too hot in the atmosphere. It basically uses the plume from the engines to protect itself from the plasma that would build up else, and the heat. And that's also why flown Falcon 9 boosters are always not so white anymore and just more black. That's just all the soot that builds up. Yeah, and Sabolex just asked what booster this is. It's B1073, and Kian already answered him. Thank you for that, by the way. Okay, so we should see that entry burn start up in about 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, and that's going to be the next big event we're going to see. And after that, it's not going to be long, another 1.5 minutes. So we see until we see landing burn, and then another few seconds later, we're going to see the landing. And sadly for Starship, not Starship, Starlink, sorry. Sadly for Starlink missions, SpaceX usually cuts the stream right after landing. So we're sadly not going to see deployment or any more of the mission. Deployment would also be at about 1 hour after liftoff, so that would be quite a long wait. And yeah, so Kian just asked what my thoughts are on Rocket Factory Augsburg, or RFA, just for everyone who doesn't know them. It's just a German rocket startup, and they're quite new in the game, and they have a small sat launcher they're developing, and yeah, I'm not fully sure when they're planning on launching, but I'm of course always hyped for new launch providers, and of course when they're from my home country. So yeah, definitely looking forward to them preparing for first launch or test flights. Okay, and we should see that entry burn start up in a few seconds now. And as I said before, that's just going to slow down the rocket.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
And there we go. There's the startup of the entry burn. And you can clearly see all the SAT coming up from the engines and also depositing on the camera. So the view is probably going to get worse now. That's just how it goes. Yeah, and that landing, that entry burn is done with 3 engines. That's why you can see it's like a bit more wide than the landing burn, because the landing burn is just using 1 engine. Yeah, that's gonna start up in about 1 minute. Yeah, and Nicolas in chat asked if Falcon 9 is still actively being developed as Starship and still changing. And it's definitely hard to compare Falcon 9 to Starship right now, because Starship isn't fully operational yet, and it's still in hot development, and Falcon 9 isn't. But they're of course still making small adjustments to the newest version, Block 5 of Falcon 9. But there haven't been any major advancements in Falcon 9 since a few years. Yeah, because it's basically SpaceX workhorse. Yeah. And you can see the like sun slowly coming up in the background there, where it slowly gets brighter. But sadly, we're going to see a night landing, so let's hope the engine is bright enough to illuminate the drone ship.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
There we go. Beautiful landing burn. There's also a view from the drone ship. Nice. Yeah, that looked like a clean landing. And it's pretty much in the center of the drone ship.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Yeah, they're usually not that accurate with the landings. And there's another view from the second stage. But as you can see down in the left corner, SpaceX is gonna cut their stream now, sadly. So yeah, I think it's quite sad that they're not streaming the whole mission, because I would just love to watch some views from space, right? Yeah. There was the first cutoff of the second stage engine though, and yeah, there's the end of the stream. So we can cut back to our Starbase views from our live cams. But yeah, so there would be another ignition of the second stage at about 51 minutes, and then just a second later it would cut off, and that would be the final circularization burn for the rocket to come into orbit. Yeah, but they're sadly not streaming that, so that's all the views we got for them now. Yeah, and as I said before, the Starlink satellites, the 20, would be deployed at 1 hour and 51 seconds. Yeah, so that's quite a bit still to go. But I'm very sure SpaceX will update us with updates on how the deployment went on Twitter or X. And yeah, I mean, we can expect it to always go as planned. And if you're just joining us, you just missed us watch the Starlink 8-10-9 mission. I keep saying 10, I don't know why. Yeah, but we just watched it. It just landed the booster, and the second stage just cut off its engine for the first time. Yeah, and we're currently watching Starbase here. And as I said earlier before the launch, they just rolled out the first tower segment for the new launch tower down to the launch site. And if you want a replay of that, you can either wait for our episode that's going to come out on Friday, or on a Y Plus episode from our second channel that's going to come out this day, so in a few hours. And there we have footage from the segments actually rolling out. Yeah, and what you're seeing there is actually footage from our live cams. We do have a 24/7 stream running with exactly that view. Yeah, and you can go back in there and watch the rollout from that section happening. It was about, I think, 2 to 3 hours ago, so you would need to go back 3 hours, and then you could watch it, or just wait for the episode. Yeah, but that's what happened in Starbase. Yeah, and I think someone just asked about Firefly, the Firefly Alpha mission, and yeah, that's from Firefly rocket, and they were supposed to launch a few days ago, and then they kept moving it, and I think they were the last actually date was today, but I think because of ground equipment issues, they postponed it. And I don't really know when their next launch window would be, but I would guess it would be tomorrow morning again. Yeah, but you can keep out. We might stream it, but can't show you anything yet. Okay, but I think that's actually going to be it for today. It was lovely streaming this, and thank you all for your amazing support. You're going to be forwarded to the 24/7 stream now, so in case you just want to stick around there and watch that, feel free to. I'm probably in chat there, and I'll also be able to move the cameras around in case you want to see something at Starbase. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great morning, night, or lunchtime. Bye bye.